boyfriend's weekend?
Good. Just chilling. I love it's like so nice out now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
I mean, I stayed in last night for like the first time in like ages, and it feels so good.
Yeah.
You need a break on your body sometimes. You know, other than drinking water, like we always tell our viewers, you always have to get sleep. You don't want to have sleep deprivation.
Sleep is so important. Like,
so crucial.
Honestly, like, and also like once you lose sleep, it's very hard to like catch up and like get that back.
No, seriously.
So, like, beauty sleep. We're not joking about it. Speaking about sleep, which is
it's a good way to jump into.
It's a good way of saying it.
Elie Wiesel took the biggest nap of his life and has passed away yesterday at the age of 87 in his Manhattan home. For those of you who don't know Mr. Wiesel, he is a Holocaust survivor who penned the novel Night in the 1950s. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever read it, but Night was one of those books that really touched me. I mean, just hearing about someone's struggle of living through the Holocaust at the age of 15,
right,
and making it out and becoming the successful person he is now. Like, they wanted him to be the president of Israel.
Wow,
that's crazy.
I actually had no idea about that.
Yeah, and he turned it down. He's like, no.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like they had a lot of problems. So like, I feel like he lived through enough that he was like, let me just like coast it. I actually love that book. I love that novel. I actually still have it like in my like bookcase. I occasionally look at it because I just feel like sometimes it's a little too traumatizing to read again.
It's a very emotional book. It's one of those books like I have to put down halfway through and like just decompress. I'm like, this is so much.
Yeah,
and it's like crazy because it all happened.
Yeah, like, there's something very like raw and real about it.
Exactly.
I mean,
it's devastating going back, especially listening to the person who really endured all the pain and the struggle, and then basically overstepping all of the boundaries that were brought to him, you know. And it's so amazing how people like him keep the stories going, you know. That's the part that really matters. I feel like if you forget about it, it could happen again.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I feel like is fundamentally like the whole idea of like teaching like history and stuff like that is because of like, fear to those who don't learn history are doomed to repeat it, you know what I mean?
And you know what, now it's been how many years since the Holocaust and World War II? There's so few people left from that decade that lived through it, that it's more important than ever that we not only understand and appreciate people like Elie Wiesel, but we understand like what his struggle really meant to him and what they could be for the rest of the world.
Right.
I wonder if there's ever going to be a time where people are so desensitized to it, because I know that like right now like there are like Holocaust jokes and stuff like that. I don't personally find them funny. They're kind of just like those uncomfortable laughs, you know what I mean? But I wonder if like after like all of the people who endured that struggle, like if like after they pass, like if there's ever going to be a time where like people don't take it seriously, you know what I mean?
I hope not.
I mean, I hope not either,
especially in this day and age where there's so many fear of foreigners or like different people just all over the world, like globally.
Xenophobia.
A lot of xenophobia. It's important that we look back to things like the Holocaust and see how quickly it escalated and got out of control.
Absolutely.
You would never think that would happen, and you know, you see this person telling the stories in his books, and I'm glad he continued that, and I'm glad that they have it in the schools too. I know in middle school we watched films on it. We had Holocaust survivors come to the school and speak to us. You know, we went to museums. You could look at these artifacts that were kept from it.
So they actually have a Holocaust museum. I believe it is somewhere in Germany. I don't know exactly where, but they have this installation of like little, like it's like sort of like tin, like not even tin. It's like pieces of metal, like thick pieces of metal that are lined on the floor, and their faces. And like this whole room is like quiet except for like this, like there's nothing else in there except for these tins on the floor, and you step on them and it's this weird like clanging noise, and it's kind of supposed to symbolize like all of like the hardship and struggle, like that weird like go against. It's very eerie.
Yeah, that was what it said.
It's eerie when you figure out what it really means in the end. So I watched that video without knowing exactly what it was, and then you told me, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Turns from creepy to emotional.
Yeah, I would love to visit there someday. So.
I would love to visit there. I think it's important. I know in Germany they actually do bring like school children to concentration camps to educate them. they're very big on that there. Like, they're very deeply ashamed about it.
Which is how they should feel, you know?
It's the way that America should be about certain atrocities we've committed, but we will not get into them today.
Or how Turkey should feel about the Armenian genocide.
Yes.
Just saying.
Absolutely. So, moving right along.
We also wanted to talk about skincare today.
All about the skincare.
So, you guys, I've been really dealing with hyperpigmentation, which is when you produce a lot of melanin, and any little acne mark I have, it shrills down to a dark spot. And I know a lot of women have to deal with that, men too. But I feel like I always see men without blemishes. Hardly,
yeah, I always see guys with perfect skin. It gets me so
perfect eyelashes.
You know,
yes, it gets me furious.
So
I mean, I started wearing makeup the year of my prom because I had to buy it from MAC, you know, and that's when I started noticing the difference in my skin. When you take it off, it's like, gosh. So now how I fix that is, well, the best way to fix skin, first you determine what type of skin you have, whether it's, you have combination skin, sometimes it's oily, sometimes it's a little dry. You have to find that balance, you know, just like you find a balance within yourself with your balancing your chakras, same thing goes all throughout your skin. It can affect your skin.
So where do you go to find out what skin type you have? You go to a dermatologist, a makeup counter?
You could do it right at home, or you could go to a makeup counter like Clinique, where they sell products that are good for your skin. Or you could do it at home. You could wash your skin and wait an hour until your skin returns to its natural state. Take a piece of paper, piece of tissue, and wipe your skin off, or pat your skin and see how it reacts. Do you see a lot of oil on it, or is it dry? And does your skin feel tight? You know, so you might have aging skin, you might have redness, clogged pores, acne. So how I deal with hyperpigmentation is, or for any type of skin, the first thing you want to do is exfoliate that skin.
Absolutely.
Any products you put on, you always should cleanse your skin, but when you exfoliate, that is already stripping the skin, kind of, you know? You're taking off a layer of that skin, and that's already lessening and decreasing the darkness that you have in your skin. And it's also opening your pores. And sometimes I do it once a week, twice a week, depending on how oily my skin is. Or also I'll do it if lightly. I won't use it so much. So right now I'm using St. Ives apricot scrub. It's a little harsh, so I may not use it too much. After I exfoliate my skin, I washed it, and I wash it with natural products. You know, I'm always big on natural products now. Products that have oils in it. You know, you don't use so many sulfates, but you might have oils. One big one is avocado oil or argan oil.
Wow. Argan oil.
Yeah.
I use a lot of tea tree oil too.
Tea tree oil is very good.
But I've heard that you're not actually supposed to use tea tree oil like at its full state. You're supposed to like dilute it so that it's not like so harsh on your skin.
Because you know what, that makes sense. It's a little bit. It gets kind of oily.
Right, and that those things could clog your pores.
Yeah.
So the same thing with coconut oil actually isn't too good when you put it on your skin either. Or olive oil. It depends on the oil. You could also research them because certain oils are very thick. You know, but that is good because it could bring back the elasticity in your skin. So after I exfoliate and wash my skin, I take toner. I use witch hazel. You could get it at any beauty supply store. I'll take a cotton pad and massage it into my skin. And that evens out the skin. After you already lighten the dark spots, you even it back out. And then I always moisturize. You always want to moisturize your skin again.
Moisturizing is very important for hyperpigmentation.
Exactly. And oils, when you use natural essential oils, that's basically holding moisture and locking the moisture into your skin.
So, what about summer makeup products? Like, what are your go-tos for the summer? Because I don't know about you guys, but me, when I wear a full face of makeup, not only for the show, but for my job, when it comes to the summertime and it's hot, I really love the fact that I don't wear a lot of, I don't really wear a lot of liquid foundation. I put a little bit on, you know, I contour. But for me, my new thing is I love highlighter. Right now, I have no makeup on my face. I have a little bit of eyeliner. Thank you. I have a...
strobing.
Yeah, I do have a highlighter on right now, and I like that. That's my go-to. Highlighter and a good lip gloss.
Did you hear about strobing?
What is
strobing? Is when you basically exaggerate the highlighter.
Okay.
And people have done, you know how they do the challenges on YouTube?
Yeah.
So they do challenges for highlighter where they'll use basically highlighter as a foundation.
Yes,
as
so crazy.
It's crazy and
look
stroke
like
all
a Tin
over.
Man, but it looks so pretty. Like I can't it's not wearable at all. But it's beautiful.
Yeah, you'll definitely clog your pores.
What are your guys' go-to makeup products for the summer?
Well, personally, like I usually when I come on the show, actually, I don't really try to wear foundation unless my skin is like really terrible. I'm a concealer girl at heart. I literally like eyebrows, concealer, and liner. Those are my three things. My favorite product for the summer, It would probably be a liner because like if I feel like my eyes are too small sometimes, so like I gotta line them just to make them look as big as possible. Also, like these things sort of magnify my eyes, so like it doesn't. I don't know. I'm focused on the eyes. It's like you're looking at me, you're talking to me. You know what I mean? What about you?
Well, my favorite product is actually not just the makeup, but the setting spray.
Ooh.
And
Oh my God,
the type
so
of setting spray I use. You don't have to pay $20 that, you know, at MAC or Sephora. You could go to your beauty supply store and get NYX's
Yes, matte finish.
There's different ones. Now, there's a dewy one where
both.
it gives your face a gleam, or it looks like a little sweat, but it's kind of a sexy sweat, where I use more towards the winter time. But when it's matte, you know, who wants to be sweaty? It takes away, you know, it really sets your makeup so you look matte, not oily.
I actually have the Mario Badescu Rose Water set. Like it's not necessarily a setting spray, but it's sort of like a facial spray. And I was starting to use it as a setting spray because I was like, rose water is good for you. You know what I mean? I actually lost my Fix Plus for a while, so I was like, let me just buy this. It was like around $7 at Urban Outfitters. Literally, it smells so good. Like it gives you that sexy sweat that you're talking about. And I personally don't like to look like super dewy. I like looking matte, so it sets like in a nice way that it's like I don't look overly shiny or anything like that. I don't like that look on myself personally. So if you're looking for like dupes or anything like that, there's also like tons like rose water. I don't know the actual brand, but it's in like a purple bottle. And that one's like actually really good for setting your makeup.
Rose water is very good also for you underneath your makeup as a toner. You could spray it on, and it takes away redness as well. And it's also good to retain moisture. So you can use it without any makeup. And you know what's a good product you can use is Creamy's collection. I've heard a lot of good reviews on it, and I'm actually going to get their stuff, and I'm going to do a review for SevNetwork.com, so you guys could stay tuned for that.
Awesome. Actually, I mean, we're going to concerts this summer, like, you know, and like we have like we have to like look our best, you know what I mean? So I mean
that's why like the matte spray is so crucial. When I'm at a show, I go to a lot of heavy metal shows, a lot of heavy concerts. Tons of people sweating. It's a lot of high energy.
I think I got the NYX one for $5.
Yeah,
so
it is.
Under $5.
The NYX one, I like to carry it around with me when I go to shows. But speaking about concerts, Jasmine, why don't you tell us about what you're doing? Because I feel like a mother, like I'm living vicariously through this adventure you're about to embark on.
What's up, Jazz?
Well, Childish Gambino, he has been living under a rock recently, aka Donald Glover. He recently came out with a new app. It's called Farrell's Earth, and me being the huge super fan that I am, I downloaded it immediately. It turns out that he had a countdown to an event. Everyone was thinking like, what does this countdown mean? Is he coming out with new music? Turns out he's having a concert music experience in Joshua Tree, California. I will be there on Saturday, September 3rd. So if you guys want to meet me, if you guys want to see me, hey, I'm there September 3rd. Joshua Tree, California, basically it's just like this huge open sort of reservation. It's kind of desert, so it's going to be like in the afternoon, like around 6 p.m. There's really no information about it right now. It literally all I know is that I have to wear blue. That's all I was told.
More surprises, right?
Yeah, I'm really, really excited. It's like a little birthday gift for myself. Also, like traveling because I've never been to the West Coast. Well, I have been to the West Coast, but I've never been to California. So, I mean, I'm really excited. I'm really interested.
Didn't he have a song called Pink something? Pink
Toes.
Pink Toes? So maybe it's like blue toes enough.
I mean,
or something.
I don't know. I'm really interested because like literally there is no information. I've been on the Reddit boards. Like I've taken a page from your book and I've gone all over Reddit and I'm looking all over for this information of what we're going to expect. And like I love Childish Gambino because he continuously does things that surprise me, you know what I mean? And like because he's been living under a rock for so long, like I mean, or filming his new FX show Atlanta, there's really like nothing for us to sort of grab at, so everybody's kind of like, I need to know. Tickets are $99 and that's like all taxes and fees included.
Wow, that's good.
And if you're over 21, you can like stay on the campgrounds for the night that your ticket is purchased for. So I'm really, really excited. When I get to know more information, I will let you guys know.
Yes,
that's awesome.
Maybe I'll come by. I've never been to Cali before. I need to go to the West Coast.
Yeah, for real. But you also are going somewhere.
Yes, next Sunday, July. I'm so sorry. I think I said January. July 10th, I'm going to be at Hershey Park to go see Slipknot with Marilyn Manson and Of Mice and Men. I'm sure if you've watched the show and you know me, I am a huge Marilyn Manson stan. He's amazing. It's going to be my second time seeing him. I've never seen Slipknot before. I do like them. I have an appreciation. And you know what? I heard they put in a great live show, but Marilyn Manson is just one of those performers. I feel like he's such a, so iconic. He's just so unafraid to be himself and unafraid to upset people that it works for him. I feel like a lot of artists
just the right amount.
Just the right amount. He's also a very intelligent, introspective person when he speaks, and I've seen his interviews. But I'm super excited to see him. Catch me trying to jump on stage for the beautiful people. I don't care if I get thrown off. It's gonna happen, and
I will pray for you. I'll pray that they handle you well, the security.
Well, hopefully, if it all works out, I'll be close to the stage for Beyonce because she's having a concert in September. So
Formation World Tour?
Formation World Tour.
Yes.
Actually, I don't know if you guys saw the photos on social media, but I just won first runner-up for Miss Dream Castle.
Yes, I did see that. Congratulations.
So we raised money for youth in Jamaica, youth education in Jamaica. And when the prize, the Queen got a trip to Jamaica to stay at Dream Castle and also to go see Beyonce Formation World Tour. And I'm like, OMG, I have to go now. So that's my goal, to see Beyonce. I mean, what if she ends up putting out a bad album next year and I just wasted all this time? She has too many albums. What if she retires? What if anything happens? What if she's slacking? I feel like...
For Beyonce stan, you saying that she could bring out bad music is really interesting. So, I mean,
but I feel like, anything's possible. So I just don't want anything to go wrong. That's just my anxiety. So I feel like I need to... This album... And you know what's the good thing, though? They always bring back the old songs. So... I just can't wait for that. I'm really trying to book my ticket, but I have, other things going on.
I love that when we talk about music, we have such diverse tastes, all of us.
Marilyn Manson, Childish Gambino, which I do like. He's multi-talented.
I like Beyonce and Childish Gambino, personally.
Marilyn Manson looks cool.
No, I appreciate his eclectic style, you know what I mean? It's not always for me, but I appreciate the person that he is, and I love the fact that you love him, you know what I mean? You always put me on to new stuff.
So we have a question that we want to ask all of you guys. What do you do if you get a gift from, let's say, a relative, from anybody that you don't like?
Pretend.
Well,
it's always me. I always pretend that I like something because, if
it's your mom, though.
If it's my mom, okay.
Let's say it's your mom.
Okay, if it's my mom, I have to be straight up with her. Usually, she gets me some weird stuff. My mom loves shopping at weird discount places, what was it, Liquidators and stuff. And she's always like, I'm not this is
what's
so nice.
Liquidators?
Basically it's a TJ Maxx.
Well, the discount place,
a TJ Maxx. It's kind of like a bootleg TJ Maxx, how they get things from the area and then they discount price.
Like a Marshall.
Yeah. And I mean sometimes she's really on the money. Sometimes she really knows what I want, but other times it's just I'm not gonna wear that. I don't wear butterflies. I'm not a flower person. Well, I am a floral person, but it has to be the right amount.
It has to be tasteful.
Yeah, and sometimes she's never tasteful with the stuff. But I feel like with people that I don't know, I remember one year in 8th grade, I got a Secret Santa gift, and it was terrible. It was like a Calvin Klein purse, but it was the ugliest purse I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh.
And then she gave me an Avon lotion, but it was opened, and it was crusty, and I was like, thanks. I really didn't know what to do because I was just this is terrible, and it's terrible. You really could have gotten me a gift card and I would have been more happy. Ew, oh my god, don't give people used things. Absolutely not. Do not do that.
My mom gave me, one day she just surprised me. She's like, I got you some shoes, and I'm like, okay, and this is at the height. I don't know if you guys remember this phase in fashion where all of a sudden every flat shoe became a wedge. My mom got me these combat boots because she knows I love combat boots. I'm very into that. But she got them wedged, and they were white, and they were
white combat boots.
They're white. They're white, suede-y type with but the wedge was just tan and white stripe. It was it was terrible. Wow. It was so awful, and I was just did you keep the receipt?
You gotta be real.
That's the nicest way of saying it. You know
I was to keep the receipt. She's just yeah, why? And I was because I'm not gonna wear these.
Save your money.
I told her you don't have to spend money on things that I'm not gonna wear. I'm get something for yourself. I'm why don't I go with you?
Yeah,
and we'll get something together.
So that's good.
She got really upset.
Being honest.
She literally threw the box is still in my house. like underneath a bunch of stuff in my house.
No.
It's still there.
You never returned
haunting me. Haunting me.
That's good. You're honest. I mean, for future, reference, you don't get things like clothes without talking to me about it. Unless they should know your style. Like my mom should know my style. She pretty much always does great. But she got me this sweater dress the other day, which I'm so appreciative for, Mom. It's so nice. And I love something new because I always could just, even if it's something regular, you could throw it on whenever you have nothing to wear or just be comfortable.
That's a really cute dress.
Yeah, I like V-neck. I think she knows I like V-neck cuts. And I was just confused with what it is. If it's a sweater dress that I wear dressy or if it's casual. And you should see it when it was on a hanger. So I was kind of confused. And I put it on.
It's both, though. I think you can do it up or down.
If you can dress it up or down, yeah.
So that just reminded me about other things. One time, I think I was about, in middle school, and lambs on shirts it's not acceptable.
Lambs?
I mean, I know,
Lambs?
So my friend,
Like a baby lamb?
baby lambs, like cartoon
Okay.
kind of ish. So my old friend, his mom brought me a birthday gift. So I guess he was like, it's Essence's birthday. Can you run out and get her a gift? And I think, remember those stores? I think it was called those stores we used to shop at. It slips my mind.
Like Limited Too.
Limited Too.
Justice.
Yes. And I was gonna say, it was GG or something. One of the mall stores. So she brought me this set. It was a sweaters, and the pants were just too hot. They looked like capris, but bell bottom capris.
Gaucho pants.
Gauchos. And this little sweater. She didn't know my style at all, but it's like she got me something that was 3 years younger than what my age was. It was crazy.
Oh my goodness.
I never wore it.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear that either. I mean, also, we had another question. Recently, my friend, his mother approached him asking him, when are you coming out? Do you guys think that that's an appropriate question at all, ever?
I think moms are gonna ask that question anyway, whether it's appropriate or not. I think it's a personal choice. If someone feels the need to, I feel like someone's sexuality should be celebrated however they want to celebrate it. If they want to make an announcement like I'm coming out, then they have the right to do that. But also, if they have I don't need to tell people that I'm coming out or that I'm gay. Like it is what it is. And if someone wants to ask me, I'll be upfront. But I don't need to publicize it. I respect that too. I think it just depends on the person.
I think the mom should be more considerate for his feelings. But I know she feels like that's the mom, so she can say whatever she wants to him.
Yeah.
But you don't know how that affects the child. I feel like the only reason why we have a coming out is because people were uncomfortable for it, and they viewed it as different from someone else. If you're part of the LGBT community, and so that's why they have coming out. And I feel like even people who do come out, they don't think about it like that because they're so used to it. The only reason why I feel that we have one is because you had announced I'm different than you, and so it wasn't looked at as just equal, which they fight for, to just be equal human beings and not really be labeled, right? Why are we continuing the labels?
I mean, right. I feel like in that regard, I totally agree with you. Like, it doesn't need to be so rip-roaring hooray, you know what I mean? Like, there doesn't need to be a whole party
for the person.
And I feel like her asking that question to him is just like, I already know that you're gay or whatever it is that you are, but I just want you to formally admit it. And it's like, why do I need to do that? Why do I need to satisfy your need?
Why do you validate you?
Exactly. And it's like it creates more of a distance between it creates this heteronormativity, you know what I mean? That you have to announce it so that I'm comfortable, so that I know where you stand, you know what I mean? And it's like, it doesn't matter, you can't identify, sometimes you can, but not always, you know what I mean? I feel like that goes for anything, but it's sometimes you can identify someone who is gay because of the way that they talk or the way that they dress, but that's not always the case. So you can't just generalize people and be like, oh, this person probably came out at this time. You know what I mean?
But somebody, and it might be uncomfortable for them. So I feel like it's backwards when you make it about you. For example, the mom might not have bad intentions. Obviously, she wants the best for you. But the mom might just want to know so he will feel more comfortable being his true self. Maybe he's living under a rock and not being who he wants to be. That's why she might be asking him, yo, when you're just going to be yourself, come out.
I mean, well, I don't know.
So it depends, I guess, on the situation.
Yeah, I guess I see him differently than his mother would see him, you know what I mean? He actually moved to Italy, and she literally thought that he moved so that he could be himself. And
gosh.
the Vatican City is right there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If you're gonna run away, like, go to San Francisco. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
true.
I mean, I don't know. I've just found it so interesting because I like just that like phrase in itself. When are you coming out? Is so oxymoronic to me because it's like, okay, so you already know, so why do I have to tell you anyway? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
It's like, do you?
Yeah, like let people be themselves. Let people be people.
Do we have a mystery topic for today, Michael?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
I love our fake drums.
Yes, real drums. Okay, bongos.
We need to get bongos just for like the mystery topic.
Yes.
Make or break if you do not get along with your lover's mother or father.
Ooh.
That's awkward.
I mean,
Depends on their relationship with them, why we don't get... It's like a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, but I mean...
it's not looking too good.
Yeah, no. I mean, parents usually like me. I really don't know what it is that they do.
My parents love her. Like,
A lot
my
of
parents
people-
wish that was her... that she was their child to me.
A lot of people's parents just really like me. I guess I like give off this whole like
You're
responsible vibe
You're
or something.
beautiful, intelligent, and wonderful to be around.
Oh gosh. I don't know. If somebody's parents didn't like me though, I would make sure that I was never around their parents. If I really liked them, I would make sure that I was never around their parents. But if like, I don't know, I would obviously have a conversation with them. I'd be like, so like, why don't your parents like me? And then I feel like they would be like, they like you, and I'd be like, but you're lying. So like, what is it? You know what I mean? Like, you can tell me. Be straight.
It's like you walk through the house with your muddy shoes, and it's like something you don't even know.
Yeah.
That's kind of awkward. That feeling like, I don't know what I did wrong. So sometimes just ask them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I actually had like a friend who like her boyfriend have been going out for a really long time, and her mother was like, oh, you can't drive to go see her, like for her boyfriend, like and she was just like, I don't know like what's going on. And I was like, you need to have a conversation with her, because it's like you're both very important women in his life, you know. And it's like if she's angry at you, like I feel like it's a threatening thing, you know what I mean? Like we're very protective over the people that we care about, especially a mother protective over their son, you know. Like you're gonna think like everybody's trying to hurt your son, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's the only way to rectify that, is to just be like, oh, like have a conversation, just sit down and like,
and let's listen. Sometimes I just can't deal if you act crazy, like basically being just for no reason angry all the time, and not considerate from some other person's feelings, then I just can't deal. I'll probably just ignore the person or not be around that other person if they don't stand up for me, because we both have some type of relationship here.
Absolutely, yeah. If somebody like if somebody's parent disrespected me, and then the person that I was dating didn't stand up for me, like I'd probably feel some type of way.
Yeah, there are people who are a little off the edge, you know, and extra angry. They have so much anger built in them that they can't be rational. So
I mean, I know that like for some people kind of like don't mind their parents, you know what I mean? Like they're like, if your parents are older, like mine are, like they say some like terrible stuff, like they really say some terrible stuff, like just like they have so many opinions about racism and like homophobia and like all of that, you know. And it's like that's kind of stuff that like I can't change my parents, you know what I mean? I can't change them, and I can't be like I can try, I can
apologize if it makes
I still try to change my grandpa.
But I mean, like,
at the end of the day, they are who they are.
Yeah, they are who they are, and it's like if like they're like gonna wild out on like my new boyfriend because he wears ripped jeans, like that's not a situation that like I can really be like, yo, what's up?
I feel like you could be a great example for someone and show them how you're living, and because I do feel like you could always be a better person. Life is about bettering yourself. But if someone's stuck in their ways, sometimes it's too late to change them. The only thing you could do is continue being you and being a great example. So maybe they might want to start changing themselves or seeing how angry they are.
I had an ex-boyfriend. His parents loved me. It was really good, but his grandparents didn't. And that was always very awkward. But at the end of the day, to realize if someone really likes you, they're gonna go out of their way to still be with you, and they see what's important, what's not.
Yeah.
But let us know if you guys have any terrible boyfriend parent stories on our Facebook Femme Spot page at the Femme Spot, and on our Twitter. That's all the time at the Femme Spot. That's all the time we have today. But thank you for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.